and Jimbo men. Let me pull my pocket knife out here and get ready to open another package. Now, I've used this Grizzly once. If you look back on my channel, it's there was one test video on there, and man, you know, I kind of beat the heck out of it, but still kept its razor sharp edge. And I think this right here is the last time I'm going to use it, because I have the feeling that what's in this package might just replace it. You know what I mean? And you know, there's a reason why they... Okay, let's kind of deep down so I can do this without being too strict. Cool. I was going to say there's a reason why there's a knife for every job, because this knife is a little too big to use as a package opener, to be honest. Anyway, little package from Knives Ship Free. Thank you for hacking this one up for me, Derek. Or, you know, that lady that works in your shipping department. Boom! Bark River Grizzly. Crazy. Dark Timber, it says on the box here. I don't know, I can't remember if it said that on the first box. Let's go ahead and slice these open here. Oh, they did it. They did it. See, look at this smile on my face right now. This is how they do it. This is how they put a smile on your face. So, when I ordered this knife, I said, can you guys please include a black sheath for me? And, you know, ordering these Grizzlies is a pretty chaotic thing, and that's how I actually ended up with this first one in the handle material that I ended up with. You know, they go up and they go fast. They go really, really quick. And, the one that I was originally going to buy had Cocobolo handles, and then it got snapped. So I ended up with this one. Which, I mean, it's awesome. I love it, but it's just not exactly the one that I would have purchased. And, luckily, this second run came along. Woo! Second run came along and gave me an option to get a different handle. Now, so if you can see here too, I've got this one with this sheath. Now, I was able to choose antique micarta, antique bone micarta, and one difference here. So there's a couple differences between the first and second run. If you'll notice now, the blade stock is just a tiny, tiny bit thicker, I believe. And they made the handles a bit thicker too. And I can just tell by looking at it that this handle is way thicker than this. And just by holding it, I can feel that my oh man, this feels good. Let's unveil the blade, shall we? Woo! Stand them up right next to each other. Now, for some reason, they were saying that this one might be a hair shorter, but maybe they were talking about the fuller, and yes, it's correct. Now, on this guy, they made the fuller smaller, which you can see. And hang on one sec. Getting a phone call here. Cancel that. You guys are way more important to me. Alright, so what are some differences? Thickness. This one's slightly thicker. In the handle, this one you'll notice has 3 pins. The middle on every single one of these came as a mosaic, and all the mosaics were different. So this is my mosaic. It has a beautiful spiral circle pattern with circle you know, tubes of metal and stuff. I also was able to snag some really killer brass hollow pins. So that's dope, in my opinion. All of my other knives have silver. As you can see, here's my canoe that I got yesterday. It's a good weekend for me, guys. And well, so since I was getting this micarta, this antique micarta, which is kind of like somewhere between white and yellow, you know, it's kind of like a old dyed bone, you know, type thing. I thought that would look killer with some black leather, right? What do you think of that? And I was actually kind of inspired by my boy Cody, Mr. Aetherly, on all the Facebook groups. Everybody knows that guy. He has a bunch of black sheets, and I've seen his knives, and I was like, man, you know, I bet this would look cool as hell. So, yeah, like last time, I'm going to take this off. I'll mess with this later. But geez, I'm so happy with this second one. I'm definitely going to keep this one. This is you know, you have to really rush to buy these Grizzlies, so luckily I was able to choose the one that I want. I think that the small, yeah, this one's a little heavier too, which is good, and it's a little more front heavy. It's a little more blade heavy than, because the fuller's smaller. That's why they changed the fuller size, to take a little bit less metal out, so that you have a little bit more weight in the front, which makes for a better chopper. And I remember when I was working with, man, this one's so light, it's crazy. I remember when I was working with this, I was just like, you know, it kind of felt like it was bouncing around a lot, just because it's light and the handle is just like a little thin. I remember thinking, man, I wish it was just like the slightest bit more substantial. And if this is a 9.5 out of 10, this is the 10 out of 10 ultimate 3V chopper, the Bark River Grizzly second run. What can I say, you know? Peter Kohler's design's amazing. They produced it, and then they got a bunch of them in the hand, and they got some testing, I'm sure, and they were like, you know what, we're going to make some very slight alterations. And that's the sign, and, you know, that just shows how good Mike Stewart is. That he can, once he's like really gets it, or, you know, whoever made these alterations. You know, congratulations, you hit it out of the park, you guys. So anyway, I'm just hanging out, working. I'm going to be putting this one up for sale. This is some trace paper here, some very light see-through trace paper here. And you can see that it is still super sharp. This is crazy sharp. So, and this is the original edge. I just touched it up on a strop, so, you know, this is still in great shape. I only did a little bit of testing on it, but it was used, but certainly not abused. And there's no cosmetic, there's no scratching or anything along this blade at all. So if anybody, I'm giving you guys the Jimbo TV exclusive. This is just a little tape, guys. That'll come right off. I'm giving you guys the Jimbo TV exclusive chance to buy or trade this first production run Grizzly. Maybe you like the handle material. Maybe you want the slightly, you know, maybe you just want the rarer first production one. Educated buyers would listen to my opinion and try to score one of the new ones. You know, they're going to be doing more runs of these too. So now that they've perfected this, there's no way they're going to stop making this knife, because they're selling them like crazy. I can't believe, I'm sure they're just bankrolling it right now. Especially with the Bravo 1.25 LTs. If anyone has bought one of those, please let me know. I'd love to hear how you're liking it, which one you got. Oh! I'm just feeling great right now. It's pretty, this, what a weekend right here. Look at this. Look at these two together. Bark River Canoe and the Grizz. Maybe I'll companion these, huh? That'd be pretty cool. This has maybe I'll make like a black Kydex sheath for this guy and put it on right here. And I mean, I could take this thing off pretty easily. And well, I gotta unscrew it out of there, but what you can do is take that off, and with these two holes, put the right, look at that. That's pretty sick, huh? That might have to happen. Or maybe a Bravo sheath has to go there. I don't know. Actually, this Fox River sheath is kind of perfect, so I think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna rig these up and have some fun. Or maybe I'll have to keep this one now because the leather goes together, right? I don't know. Maybe I'll give the buyer the chance to choose which handle they want, because man, this would look pretty bitchin', huh? This black with the red. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel about the Bark River Grizzly in the comments. Please leave a comment. Please like this video. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm not gonna go ahead and put the dangler on like I did last time, because we all remember what happened then. I'll let you reference the last video's comments for if you need to see my embarrassment. But anyway, another episode of Jimbo TV. I'm just hanging out for the weekend, working on some projects, some leather working projects of my own, and doing some house hunting. So taking it easy. Don't really have any other knives coming yet, but that always